It was the last time music mattered. A vanished age when indie referred to music, not film. It is the never-before-told story of a musical revolution that happened when a small network of bands, labels, fanzines, and other subversives re-energized American rock with punk rock's do-it-yourself ethos, creating music that was deeply personal, often brilliant, always challenging, and widely influential. Published in 2001, Our Band Could Be Your Life is a history lesson on the beginnings of indie rock, revealing the stories of 13 bands who found modest but dedicated audiences without the aid of major record labels. These musical pioneers, like most influential artists, are never mentioned in the history books, which is what inspired author Michael Azerrad to write Our Band Could Be Your Life.
I was watching a rock documentary one evening, and it was the history of punk. And they got up to, I think it was Talking Heads. And then suddenly the action skipped straight to Nirvana. And I thought, perhaps I'd blacked out for 10 minutes and missed the part about Black Flag and the Minutemen and the Replacements and Sonic Youth, all those bands in between Talking Heads and Nirvana. But no, that just I had not in fact blacked out. They just had skipped over an entire decade of punk rock, very influential music that led up to Nirvana. And I decided someone should do something about that. So in typical DIY spirit, I said, I will do something about it.
In his book, Azerrad includes personal accounts for many of the period's biggest names. Band members share their war stories of hole-in-the-wall clubs, violent fans, being on the brink of starvation, and traveling and living out of a van.
These were people who were so dedicated to their craft that they would pile 5 band members and a dog into a subcompact car, take out the back seat so 3 people on the dog could lie with their heads in the boot while the car drove down the highway full of equipment. That is dedication, and that is very inspiring.
The book not only details the events and happenings, but addresses the whole mindset that made them possible. These artists shared a sense of independence, a refusal to commit to commercial considerations. If punk was rebellious and DIY was rebellious, then doing it yourself was punk. Although the music scene has changed substantially, the stories and lessons told in this book are still relevant to bands today.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I get approached by younger bands all the time saying they were inspired, by Our Band Could Be Your Life. I get so many people saying that to me, and it's so wonderful to hear. And I think part of it is that they realize that, it has never come on a platter. It will never come on a platter. You have to work to make your own luck. You have to put yourself in a position where luck will shine on you. And if there's a lesson in that book, that's what it is. Work hard, be inspired, make great music. And maybe you won't become rich, but you'll get to do the thing you love.
Patrick Stickles, who fronts the New Jersey punk band Titus Andronicus, explains what he learned when he read Our Band Could Be Your Life as a teenager.
That was a really empowering thing for a young kid like me to learn that all these supposedly legendary groups were just people just like me and my friends who are just doing their thing in their own communities with their own resources. Made me dream of someday hopefully getting to do that.
Our Band Could Be Your Life is a Bible for independent musicians. For the past 15 years, there's been a manual out there, a book that demonstrates how fledgling musicians can build a thriving community all by themselves.